Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to my living room. I know it's been some time since my first video and a lot has happened. I thought I'd take some time today to sit down, explain kind of where I'm at in the surgery process and maybe a little bit more about the actual process that I took to get here. First of all, the most exciting thing that's happened in the last month is that I have a surgery date. Yay! I was given a surgery date of June 5th, which at this point is 31 days from now. The program that I chose to go through has several steps that you have to complete in order to proceed to the next level or proceed to the next step. A lot of that is testing related. So the first test that I had done is they actually had an opening in for an EGD, which is the scope of your esophagus and stomach. They had a cancellation, which pushed me up the list quite a bit because I was able to be flexible and go to that on just a few days' notice. So I completed that test first, and that's generally one of the ones you complete last. The doctor found a small hernia when he did the scope, but he said that's not unusual and that's something he'll repair when he's in there doing the actual surgery. He found nothing else wrong and thought that there was nothing to stop me from having the vertical sleeve surgery. After that test, I went and saw a physical therapist who talked about my fitness level, my fitness goals, and what it's going to be like after the surgery. I also had a meeting with an appointment with a cardiologist, and they did an EKG, which showed nothing wrong with my heart. However, contrary to what my wife believes, when asked the question, "Do you ever become short of breath?" I answered with, "Well, sure, when I'm running or working out." Evidently that meant additional testing was needed. Now, I'm of the opinion, and bear in mind I'm not an expert, and I'm not saying I didn't need the extra testing, or it's not a good thing to have extra testing, but I would think anybody working out would be short of breath. This should not be a revelation. However, I had to come back in a week and a half and have an echocardiogram. I can't say that word. An ultrasound of my heart. After which the cardiologist did clear me for surgery. I went to Lexington for a psychological exam. Now, I had read that there were several levels to the psychological exam that some of these programs require. Some of them last 5 minutes, some of them last 3 hours. I did get the 3-hour meeting, which consisted of 2 hours and 55 minutes of Scantron bubble tests. Again, not saying that it's not a good idea to have a psychological exam. I'm saying I have not had to have so many sharpened number 2 pencils since middle school. That went really well. The psychologist didn't have any real concerns about me proceeding with the surgery. He was actually quite helpful, talking about some of the emotional stressors that come with losing weight, how it affects your relationships and things like that. He was very pleased to hear that I had a great support system at home, because you may or may not know, my wife is fantastic. I couldn't ever ask for anything more. So that concluded all of my testing. And once everything was submitted back to the surgeon's office, his team did call me with the date of June 5th, which is, at the time, was 40 days out from surgery. I will have a 2-week pre-op diet to go on, and I'll start that on the 21st of May. Emotionally, I think when I got the call with a surgery date, I kept telling myself before I got that call that once I got a call, I'd be ready. I'd feel like it was finally going to happen. And then I got the call and it was still 40 days out for surgery. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll just wait some more. I am not a patient person when it comes to something like this. My stuff's in order. My stuff is done. Let's go. So working on other people's time frames has kind of been hard for me. I feel like I'm getting more excited now for the procedure as it's getting a little closer. And I don't even know that excited is the term I'm looking for, but I find myself looking into things and studying up a lot more than I was before. My beautiful wife purchased me a wonderful pre-surgery gift, a little Yeti with my nickname on it. I was talking with her about, you know, being able to keep my drinks cold since I can only have small sips at a time after surgery, and she picked out and designed a little Yeti for me so that my water always stays ice cold, which I thought was really sweet. She surprised me with that this week. We've been increasing our activity level here at the house. We've been walking downtown and in some of the parks around town. That's been a really nice change of pace. Now that the weather's, I'm gonna say getting nice, but it's rained all week. But it's been nice to get out and be more physically active. I know that's gonna help a lot when I come back from surgery, if I've already started working on the activity levels before then. So I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope to have an update in a couple weeks once I start my pre-op diet. So I think the dogs are trying to tell me that they require my attention. So I'm going to sign off, spend some time with them, and see about making plans for my weekend. You guys have a great night, and I'll catch you in a couple weeks. Bye.